Welcome to the 531 review. If you are an advanced beginner or early intermediate, I would highly suggest using the 531 program by Jim Wendler, as there are many variations that you can do to help with your beginner gains and to help with your intermediate gains. 531 is based on a macro cycle of 4 weeks. So you have week 1, which is your 3x5, week 2, which is 3x3, week 3 is your 5-3-1 AMRAP, so one as many reps as possible, and then your 4 weeks of deload. Now the great thing about Jim Wendler is that he works very sub-maximally, so that you can try and keep making gains and keep making progress throughout months of training. So how many days is it? You can choose between 3 to 4 days a week, with your main compound movements being squat, deadlift, bench press and shoulder press. But if it was me, I would actually take the shoulder press out and maybe do like a pendlay row, just because you don't want your back lagging behind with your chest. So you could even make it 5 days a week if you really wanted to. And the premise of it is that you do your 5-3-1 squat movements and then do an accessory. So I'd say like a shoulder press. So you could do like forearm big, which I'll get onto later. And then you could do on Tuesday, you could do bench press and forearm big deadlifts. On Thursday, you could do shoulder press 5-3-1 and squat 5x10 forearm big, and then you can go on to Friday and you can do your pendlay row if you want, or shoulder press, and then you can do deadlift 5-3-1 and forearm big bench. Okay, so how do we pick the weights and how do we start? So with 5-3-1, the best way to go about this is in the first week you do 65% of 5, and then you do 75% of 5, and then you do 85% for 5 AMRAP. The next week you bump everything up to 5% over. So for week 2 you do 70% by 3, you do 80% by 3, and then you do 90 for 3. And then when it comes to your last week, you do 75 for 5, 85 for 3, and then 95 for 1. It's not going to be really 95 because you do 90% of your 1 rep maxes. So it'll be a little bit less than your actual 1 rep max. And then you do your deload, which is like 40, 50, 60. But with me, I just tended to do 50% for everything. But that was just in my personal opinion because I preferred that. Jim Wendler does many types of assistance work when it comes to 5-3-1. You've got the triumvirate, boring but big, first sets last, and joker sets. For me, I prefer doing boring but big because I wanted to gain a bit of lean muscle and not just focus on strength all the time. So I did boring but big, and that is 5 sets of 10 after your main 5-3-1 workout. The triumvirate is you only do 3 exercises on that day. For example, for me, if I was doing, I think I've done this once, if I was doing bench press, I'd do like a back movement and then I might hit some triceps or something. So it's you're in, out, very quick, and you get stronger by doing that. So first sets last is a concept used by Jim Wendler. When you finish your 5-3-1, you then go back to your first set and do that. For example, for your first week, if you do 65 for 5, 75 for 5, 85 for 5, once you've AMRAP'd your 85%, you then go back to your 65 for 5 and do that. So that's a really good way to just increase the volume, increase intensity a little bit after you're done after your AMRAP set. It's nice to just go back and do your first set for your last set. Joker sets are really fun in a way that it's a way of also regulating yourself. So say if you did your week 1 and you did your 85 for 5 AMRAP and you felt really good that day, you bump that up 5% and then you keep going for 3 extra sets, so 5%, so you get an extra 15% from the original weight that you were gonna max out at that week. And this is good when you're feeling really good on a certain day. You don't want to be doing this every day, especially if you're going in feeling like rubbish, you're feeling crap. You don't want to just do your joker set and then get injured. So it's a way of fatigue managing and also regulating yourself. So I really like joker sets. I use them a lot, and when I felt really good, I'd go for it, and I think it really did help me. There is one more thing you can do, which I don't recommend, but people do it, and that's just doing absolutely nothing after the 5-3-1 sets. So you literally go in, do your 5-3-1, and you leave the gym. Now, I'm not a big fan of this. As beginners, you can get away with it, but for me, I need a bit more volume and a bit more intensity, so I'm not a big fan of that. But in a way that it's good is that if you just want to focus on squat, bench and deadlift, then it's good for you, because then you can just do it and get stronger in those 3 lifts and go home. Or if you want to do pendlay rows or barbell rows or shoulder press, you just get stronger in them compound movements, and you will get stronger doing that. But for me, I feel like I want a bit more volume. I enjoy the gym. I don't want to just go in, do the bare minimum and then come out. I like to get a little bit of a pump on, or feel like I've been working hard. I won't over exert myself, but if you want to just get in, get out, get stronger, doing nothing is perfect. So a little context in terms of how 5-3-1 really helped me. So in the month of October 2017, I had my appendix taken out. I couldn't train for a couple of months, so my 5x5, I was on 5x5 at that point, and then I got my appendix taken out, so I had to recover, and then I didn't really want to go back to the 5x5, so I looked up and found 5-3-1, and yeah, in the March 2018 I gained 50 kilos on my squat, 40-50 kilos on my deadlift, and 20 kilos on my bench. And I'll show you the pictures before and after of when I started the program and when I finished the program. Now, this might look really impressive, but I haven't been training for a long time, and obviously I got my diet back into check, so I helped with the diet. Really helped me in the nutrition and getting back into training properly. But that was my foundation to go to a coach, in which Adam, I went to a coach after that in the April or May, I think, in 2018. So yeah, the 5-3-1 was really good. It helped me a lot in my training, so hopefully it can help other people in their training as well, especially if you're a high beginner, early intermediate, and then I might even jump back on it at one point, because actually listening back to this video, I might go back on it after my next competition and just run it for a year, see how I do. But yeah, I really love 5-3-1. I thought it was a great program. Highly recommend it. It's not too fatiguing. It's actually okay, to be honest, on the fatigue level. There's enough volume in there. There's enough intensity in there. If you do like the boring but big with the volume. If you're just doing it on its own, I wouldn't highly recommend doing that. But in terms of like put boring but big, first set last in there, even put both in there, then you're gonna get great gains from it. You can buy his book 5-3-1 Forever, which will have even more stuff in it. And if I could do it again, I probably will do it again, and I will probably do it again at one point. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Go on the internet, 5-5-3-1, and make some gains.